What's up, Mr. Gary? How you doing?
What's up, Mr. Abel?
How you guys doing out there?
How's it going? Welcome to our first inaugural podcast. We're going to talk about everything, touch on life, touch on Krav Maga, touch on self-defense, touch on everything. How you doing, Mr. Abel?
I'm doing good. How's the quarantine holding you up?
Quarantine is absolutely boring and kicking my butt. How's your kids hanging?
They're doing well. They're resilient. They'll get through it.
Cool. Yeah, so I'm going to throw some questions at Mr. Abel. You know what? I don't want to call him Mr. Abel because he's able to me. So we're going to move on that way. And you know what? So be it. Let's talk about, dude, so with this quarantine, how's the school holding up?
The school's doing good. We're doing the best to continue growing our video library.
I saw the kicksite. Kicksite's really cool. Curriculum-wise, are kids still getting striped and stuff like that?
Yeah, kids are. We're every single day, brand new video that gets uploaded Monday through Friday. Saturday and Sunday, we leave up to the family to hang out and do your thing. But Monday through Friday, they have an actual class curriculum and a syllabus that we're following that follows the exact striping pattern that we did before, like when they were here live.
Dude, you guys are looking healthy, dude, because every time I call and I talk to Abel, Christina, Abel, and Brad are eating. So I thought they'd be like 300 pounds.
Well, part of the plan was we get to save money by cooking and eating here, but we definitely elaborate on the meals now. Yeah, we're getting fancy with them. Dude, quarantine meals.
I'm telling you, quarantine meals are the worst. You know what? I found I'm battling with like Oreo cookies daily.
Kick them out, throw them out the window, man.
Yeah. One for the window, one for me. One for the window, one for me. Yeah, it's hard. How's your wife doing?
My wife is doing well. She
works in the medical industry. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, she's working a lot. She gets up real early, leaves before the sun's out, and she's working 12-hour days on average. She's staying safe though, and she's staying positive. She works for a psychiatric department. It's something that
mental health, man. That's a must.
And it's not only mental health for the average Joe. It's mental health with other people going through the quarantine that are like frontliners and stuff. First responders and stuff, and they need to keep healthy too.
It's crazy how many like first responders or people in the industry, medical industry, or I work for the government who are like considered essential workers that we are in contact with all the time. I'm texting people daily like, hey, what are you up to? Oh, I'm at work. I'm doing this. I've gotten good at Zoom. Me and Abel were on a Zoom meeting here a little bit ago, so I'm kind of loving Zoom. I don't know how everybody feels about that, but yeah, man. Hopefully we'll get some live classes. What do you think?
Yeah, we're actually talking about next week.
Cool.
We got Mr. Ryan doing a special class for everybody. We're hoping that he kicks us off with those classes for the adults. So kids, we have a whole bunch of stuff for the kids. We actually have a whole bunch of stuff also for the adults, but it's all pre-recorded curriculum. We're trying to switch into some live classes at the very least, so that we keep everybody connected, see those faces. A lot of people are not just quarantined; they're just locked up in a room, and it's not.
Isn't it crazy?
Yeah.
Quarantine man's got me on TikTok, got me making videos. Yeah.
Well, look, this is what we're doing here.
Yeah.
I never thought that I'd be in front of a camera, kind of recording a conversation. And, what do they say? Necessity is mother of all invention. So here we are.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Last time I was in here and actually trained, it was a gorgeous day, and it's a gorgeous day outside. So we've been really blessed and lucky that it's actually been raining and keeping everybody inside. So, I think we needed that. So, hopefully when we get back here, we can utilize that park, the beach, all kinds of stuff. How are you feeling about, your kids? Well, your kids are young, so, I can tell you having a senior at home, he's dying. He wants to get back they've already said it's going to be a virtual graduation. That's just absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, he's feeling it, you know. Yeah, shout out to the 2020 graduates out there. Hopefully everybody's got a plan, because that's going to really hit us hard this summer when we're looking to do something. You know?
Yeah, Jimena, I because of the quarantine, I'm able to put her down to sleep Monday through Friday now. And her prayer is always praying for Krav Maga. She prays for Montessori, which is her school. Shout out to her teachers out there. She prays for Disneyland. She prays for her friends, that she calls them friends, the other students at the school.
Cool.
So and obviously for FCC, for church. Shout out to all the people that go to FCC. She prays for church. So she actually told me yesterday. She goes, "Hey, Papi, I had such a good day." I'm like, "Oh, sweet. Tell me about your day." And she goes, "Well, I went to Abuela's house, so Grandma's house. She loves going there." And she did. She was there. She told me what she ate, what they cooked for her. And then she goes, "And then I went to Disneyland." And I'm like, "Oh, really, sweetie? Did you have fun?" "Oh, I had such a good time. And then I went to," she said, "then I went to Krav Maga." And I was like, "Oh my God, I didn't see you there. I was there." She goes, "I saw Tio Brett." So I was like,
I wish I had that
using
type
that
of
imagination.
I think everybody's doing that right now, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like
And
taking
then,
themselves to
yeah, and then
place.
she goes, "And then before Mommy picked me up, I went to church." You know, so she's like naming what her normal
Yeah.
kind of outline was on her day, you know, day to day.
And that's kids, man. Kids need that. They need the structure, and the structure's all off.
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
off. It is.
Yeah.
It is. But I mean, other than that, you know, they're doing well. I mean, it could be so much worse. It really can. You know, I hope that if you guys are going through some of that stuff yourselves at home, just know kids are resilient. We're gonna all get through it together. They'll bounce right back. So.
Yeah, this is crazy times. I've been doing home workouts, doing like crazy, like stupid workouts. But I figure anything to get me moving, doing whatever. I'm not no young chicken anymore, so I do a lot of walking. You doing anything?
Yeah, so because we're doing all the video curriculum, I get to either attack or do the techniques myself. So it's definitely keeping me busy. And a lot of it's on video now. You know, over 13, 14 years of me doing this, I've never really had any video, maybe some pictures, but not really video, a couple snippets here and there. But now that I'm seeing my technique on, you know, on the videos that we're doing and stuff, it's giving me so much feedback, and there's so many things that I can make better,
Yeah.
you know, polish up, you know.
Yeah. One of the reasons why we're doing this is because we talk all the time, and we're always talking and just BSing about every little thing. One of the things that I know, not being able to teach, it's killing me, because I found like my passion. And so I was telling Abel to make sure that I feel good daily on Tuesdays and Thursdays, man. I Krav gear up, and I wear my Krav instructor shirt. And
So you go to work with your...
I do. I wear my Krav instructor shirt. And anybody got a problem with it, they can learn some Krav Maga, man, real quick. I you know, it's no secret. I don't love my job, so, you know, I have people look at me and they're just like, dude, they're like, God, Gary.
Yeah, you're going through the grind.
I'm going through the grind, dude. It's all about the grind, right?
Yeah.
It's all about the grind. Yeah, so, I mean, it's so important to get, like, have a little bit of structure for yourself, right? I think so. I think it is. And
It's funny that you say that, because we haven't previously talked about this. And about 2 days ago, or a few days ago, I was talking to Christina about how important it is to, you know, get up in the morning.
say hi, Christina.
She's back there somewhere. We were talking about, you know, getting up in the morning, getting ready, putting a uniform on. If you have a uniform and you haven't been wearing that uniform for whatever it is, whether it's work or whether you were involved with something, put it on. You know, like, you know, I put on my instructor, you know, shirt on, my polo. I have these pants that have our emblem. I put it on in the morning because it gives me purpose. It reminds me, hey man, you're a leader in the community, and you got to keep that up, especially through this. Even if it's just you by yourself at the studio at our headquarters, you know, I still got to walk around and act like I'm a leader, because they're perishable skills. If you're not walking around like a leader, then you're going to be moping around like a follower. And, you know, we can't let up on that. You just can't, because it becomes too comfortable. If I don't put these colors on or these shirts on, I start moping around, and I know that that's not healthy for me. You know, we went back to talk about mental health, and it's one of those things that keeps me sharp. Recording these videos for the students, recording the videos for the community, you know, bringing all this content in. It's not only for the community, because I'm really realizing that it's keeping me in shape, it's keeping me mentally healthy. And you know, I'm 38, close to 40.
Dang, you're old.
But you know, these topics about mental health and all that are important to me. I really think about, where am I going to be 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and I see that, you know, during the week. There's days where I feel awesome. Man, let's go kill those videos. Let's make sure we're contacting student body. Make sure we're staying in touch with our team. You know, we have a lot of new instructors. We have older OG instructors. Shout out to the OGs. And I try to stay connected with them. And there's a day where I'm just like, man, I just feel awesome. I feel powerful. I feel like, yeah, the team is here. And then there's days where I'm just like, hey, man, like, something's up today. Like, I'm not feeling it, and I still got to put these shirts on, you know, to remind me, like, hey, let's go. You know.
You know what's important is there's days where I'm feeling just down. I don't want to be at work. You know, I don't want to be essential anymore. I'm tired of it. You know, and I get a text from Abel or whoever it may be, AJ. Hey, what's up, Gary?
Happy birthday, AJ.
Happy birthday, Mr. AJ. But you know. And I do the same. I talk to Abel. There's times where I can tell in his text where it's not as like, you know, it's
not as fire.
A little too serious, you know. So I'm like, I'll give him a call, and I just, I don't let him. He tries to talk business, and I start talking crap, and he just starts laughing. So you know, I do that to everybody though. Cousins, I haven't talked to some of my cousins in a long time. That's like one of the best things that's happened is. This quarantine's made me connect with some people that I really love, and haven't been able to connect with them in a long time. You know, and other people who, quite frankly, have just like moved right out of my life, and I never even knew how unimportant they were.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, that's
crazy. Right?
That is interesting. I heard somebody talking the other day. Actually, one of our mentors saying something like, yeah, you should be reaching out to those people that you haven't talked to, but be careful in doing that, because some of those people that you haven't been talking to was for a reason. Don't forget those reasons, and just keep yourself healthy. Keep yourself safe from any drama, from any negative energy, you know. So reach out to those people that are going to build you up, you know, rather than wasting energy on reaching out to people that might bring a different vibe to you that, frankly, during quarantine, you're not going to need.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, for sure. And that's what happens. You start figuring out who like your circle is.
Yep.
You know, and that's important, because that circle is going to keep you afloat.
Yeah.
You know?
So we were talking about earlier regarding like first responders. I mean, here at the studio at BlackBelt Collective, we have so many first responders, right? We have law enforcement, we have fire department, we have nurses, it's just so many people, EMTs. So shout out to you guys. We got our very own Captain America. Shout out to Eric, Chief of Long Beach Fire. Sent us a video yesterday, and he was right in the mix of things. He had his mask on and everything, and he's doing that daily. You know, he's in charge of all the COVID calls in that area. So you know,
cool.
We're thinking about you guys. You know, the studio's here. Because of you guys, we keep on, you know, doing our thing because of you guys too. So we're cheering you guys on from over here, from our safety. You guys are on the front line, and we're somewhat safe, a lot safer over here, you know. But we're thinking about you guys. So, what you got, Mr. Gary?
Nothing, man. Just keeping it simple. Hey, what are you watching? Netflix, dude.
Netflix.
Come on, man. What are you and Gloria like sit down?
So there's this show right now that
that type of stuff.
No. There's a show called The Ozarks.
Oh yeah, it's a cool show.
Have you seen some of that?
Yeah. Seen some of that.
Well, we're in the first season, and it's pretty interesting to say the least.
Little Netflix and chill or what?
No, I like our life is kind of set up around the kids, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they go to sleep, and we have like an hour or two to either catch up or watch something together.
Or go to sleep.
You know, or go to sleep. Yeah, I'm a little bit of a night owl. Do you go to sleep early or you go to sleep late?
No, I mean, that's usually when our texts go flying around, like late at night.
Yeah, shout out to Stan. Usually get text messages from him about 2 in the morning. And some of those are pretty silly. So
yeah, I have a text circle that I constantly. Christina's on that text circle.
Yeah,
I call her all the time and
yeah.
text her and you and Brett. I would text Brett, but who doesn't have a friggin' phone?
all right, we
Brett.
got look. As soon as we reopen, and I'm gonna talk to him about this. We're getting him a company phone.
Dude, a flip phone or something, man. Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, I had never known. I mean, even my dad, who's basically incapable of doing anything with technology,
Yeah.
has a phone
Yep.
that I can text him and say, "How you doing?" Brett, man, it takes 4 days of smoke signals
Yep.
and maybe a mail letter certified to who knows where.
Yeah. Well, I mean, talk about simplifying life, right? He says that he's healthier because of it. He doesn't like the pressure of.
He's got a lot of hair,
You know
so
what I mean?
maybe that helps with the long hair. I don't know, but yeah. So I sit there and I think about it, I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I could do that. Think about that. 10 years ago, when we've been able to do this quarantine, think about that.
It would have been different.
It
It
would've
would have
been.
been a different quarantine.
Think
That's for
about
sure.
that. I was thinking about that the other day. I would have been like, dude, I don't know what I'd be doing. And quite honestly, dude, here's my rotation. I go to work, come home, I work out, do all my stuff, chores, clean up the house, do this, play Call of Duty for an hour, go on, text people, go on, check my Facebook, do my Instagram, do whatever, have fun, and then go to bed.
Yep.
You imagine if that wasn't there? I'd be like chipping wood in the back. So
I don't know. Maybe look, for some people, you'd probably be a lot.
I'd be a lot thinner, that's for sure.
The homes would be like sparkling clean, and
Seriously.
all the homes would be painted. The yards would be done. It's not so bad, I mean, you think about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not too like. I hear you. I know you like you're a gamer. You like
Yeah.
to play games and all that. AJ, Alex, all them love that stuff. I've never gotten into that. I don't understand it.
I used to do a lot more. I do a lot less now because
really?
it is a time killer, and I'm changing that focus on my life. Like, I don't want it to become because gaming, you can lose 2-3 hours of your life of
right.
not even with the blink of an eye. So I'm trying to change that. So
What do you think that the gaming does for people? Like, what? Because I don't get it. Like I said, I don't
here's
get
the
it.
most dynamic thing that I heard when I first started with this quarantine. Right? They used to say, gaming's bad for you, gaming's bad for you, gaming's bad for you, don't do it too long. First article I read was a quarantine, try gaming. It'll take you out of it. It'll be the best thing for you. It'll help you, with your time. It'll help you.
I'm sure that it has its benefits.
So it has its benefits.
Yeah.
And it definitely, for a guy my age, it keeps your mind thinking, sharp. But for kids are in a different world now.
Right.
Their lives are completely logged in.
So I think about growing up and what I did. Growing up, we would play the neighborhood was our playground. So
Yeah,
the streets.
for
and
sure.
stuff. I remember saying car,
Yeah.
and then you'd move out of the way, a car would pass by, and then you continue whatever game, whether it was baseball, whether it was soccer, whatever it was. We were always playing outside. It would be a different quarantine if that's how it, if our kids were doing that, or my kids are younger,
Yeah.
but I mean, if my kids were doing that, I can't even imagine leaving them outside right now. I just don't.
Yeah.
I let Jimena, she runs around, she's 3 years old, so she runs around a lot, she has a ton of energy. I let her go in the front yard, but even then, I'm there. I'm there the whole time,
Yeah.
So it is different. It's very different. It would have been a different quarantine if we were, if we didn't have all this technology. Because even right now, you guys are out there, and there's still a way for us to connect with you guys. If this was 10 years back or more, I think it'd be a lot more solitude, no?
Way more solitude, for sure. More solitude. It'd be playing family games all night. Probably a lot more death, because I know in my house nobody gets along right now. Nobody gets along right now. But yeah, for sure it'd be puzzles and models and
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like you say, a lot of house cleaning and.
Yep.
You know, that's funny. Where'd you grow up at, Abel?
So it's funny because I was just about to ask you that, but I grew up in a city called Commerce, so LA County.
You're from the hood.
Yeah, a little bit. It's actually a really nice neighborhood, to be quite honest. It's a really nice neighborhood. When I say nice neighborhood, the people that were in it, it was just like one big neighborhood family. I'm sure that there's places that
I
still
think it's
exist.
our generation. I think everybody's kind of deals with that different. I think we were talking about this before, like below somewhere in the 30s, you never got that feeling from your neighborhood.
Right.
You know, but like us, we grew up. That's how I
Oh
grew
yeah,
up too.
yeah. No,
My
like,
neighborhood was
I'll be honest with you. Like growing up, I would know, like, okay, I'm having this for dinner because my mom would say, okay, when you come back, this is what we're eating or whatever. I knew what my neighbors were eating for dinner. Like, I knew what my friend, Gilbert or all these other people. Like, I knew what they were going to be eating later on. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Not so much today. Like like my neighborhood's cool and everything, but I drive up, I kind of just wave, and everybody kind of just goes into their house.
See,
Did we lose something there, right? You know,
when I was, for sure we lost something. Oh, that's for sure. But also at the same time, you just don't want your kids on it. It's a different world.
That's
it's different. With all the media stuff, with anything, it's just become a different world. We didn't have all that before, so also the fears there, and you know, but. I remember being a little kid and like being out for hours and like we'd be playing in the street, we'd be playing wiffle ball, football, whatever, but going up to somebody's hose and like just
drinking
water
water,
and just like dousing yourself and let's go back, let's go. And you knew your best friend when his mom was mad, he'd come back out crying, because he just got it. Right there,
you ride bikes, and then you knew where all your friends were at because all the bikes would be piled up in the front yard. So you knew that they were either in the backyard or somewhere in the house. So you didn't need a cell phone. You didn't need a pager. I almost said pager. Wow. You didn't need any mobile devices to find where everybody was at because you'd literally look at somebody's yard and all the bikes were there. So then you get on your bike, put your bike in the pile, and then you go play with it. You know what I mean? That's how it was.
Like, hey, your mom would be like, "What are you doing home? So got in trouble."
But so where I grew up, Slauson and Gage, what's up? It was that neighborhood was like the people there were really cool. Now, that's not to say that if you exited that street, then you can get yourself into some real trouble. But for the most part, we knew our limitations as kids. Even like we knew that we weren't going to cross over to the other neighborhood or whatever. We'd always stay within that block.
So it was crazy when I was growing up. I stayed with my grandmother most of the time, and her house was Central Hub. So summers, that's where I'd be.
What city is this?
Santa Ana, growing up. But that's where our Central Hub was when my parents moved. And they moved a lot when I was little. I went to 7, 8 different elementary schools. But I'd always come back to that neighborhood, on the weekends. And then my parents ended up buying that house that had been in our family for generations. And I ended up, second half of my teen years on up, we're all in that neighborhood. So, yeah, I grew up knowing everybody all over Orange County, too. It was like, so... But like in that area, it was the same thing. Orange County is very different in the sense that you can go to one neighborhood and it's upscale, and you go to another neighborhood and it's totally, you better know somebody to go into that neighborhood.
Yeah. So like growing up, we tended to go towards like East LA area, like
nice. So
Boyle
you were
Heights. But it was because during that time, right? So a lot of people don't know. I don't even know if you know this, but I'm first generation born in the United States. My parents got naturalized from Mexico, so they're citizens. But my brother and I are the first generation born here. So I think that even though my mom spoke English and she was fluent, she was very shy. So every activity that we had, like any sports, any extracurricular activities, anything we did with the community, instead of going south, from Commerce, instead of going towards areas that maybe were more affluent, we'd always go the opposite way towards more native speakers, that spoke Spanish and stuff. I think just because she was so shy and because of the language barrier, she felt more comfortable there.
That makes sense.
But so I got to see a lot of when I played sports and stuff. I was in the swim team at the City of Commerce. They're actually really well known for that. Yeah, I wore mosquitoes. We had great activities and all that, but we always also saw, even though my parents protected us from certain things, it was always there. Like my brother and I are street smart, not because we were in the streets ourselves doing stuff, but we were always in that or those types of neighborhoods where you knew what was going on. You could pick up on it as you grew up. You understood more without it being explained to you or being said. You just kind of know what's going on. You know what I mean? So
it was crazy when I grew up. Orange County was kind of like I knew I was the Mexican kid. You know what I mean? It's like I knew. It's like, oh, you're the Mexican kid. So what happened was you found the other brown kids, black, Asian, whatever. Right. So my friends were always multicultural. I always had a group of friends that had different backgrounds, and living in Orange County is totally different in the 80s than it is now. It wasn't very diversified, but it is now. It's changed a lot, and it's still changing. But yeah, we knew, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? But it also gave me a chance to really grow up in an area where, I had to learn to adapt in other cultures, and even just the everyday culture of Fountain Valley and whatever. Right. I had to learn because I went to schools.
You know what I found very interesting, and I actually enjoyed it a lot because my father was a executive chef for around 24 years or so. He would we'd have access to very exclusive things like that. That as a kid we'd look at that and be like, oh my god, this is what rich people do, and then so we were growing up in our neighborhood. And then because my father was working for people that own restaurants in Santa Monica, if anybody knows Tampico Tilis out there, it was an old school restaurant. It was a Mexican style restaurant, Americanized food, but it overlooked the beach, and it was just it was a spot, man. It was awesome. And my dad would always take us for 4th of July.
So that's why I want to make sure we get your dad in here one time.
Oh man, my dad's got some stories.
Yeah,
man.
I love that.
Yeah, he's got some stories.
I can talk to him forever.
Yeah, he's got everything that from the age of he started working at age 3. I mean, from that age on, everything was do or die for him. We say do or die.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a term of, oh, we gotta get this done. No, for him it was do or die. Every choice that he made, it was going to be whether he ate or not that day, whether he had shelter or not that day. Everything was real.
That's why I like talking to you today, because how he explains it makes it sound like it was no big deal.
Yeah,
and it's like, man, I don't know if I could have done that.
And so that's why. So that's how we grew up, right? And then he'd give us access to every now and then. I'm sure his managers were probably, hey, you should bring your kids or whatever, to show them something different. And we would. I mean, we'd go and we'd get the treatment, man. The people he worked for were awesome with him. I'm sure it's because he was a good employee too and stuff.
One of the biggest things that I noticed, and I'm going off topic.
No, that's cool.
Is the crazy thing about that is seeing how you and your brother turned out, the type of people you turned out from your parents. And from where you've kind of grew up at, that's a thing that everybody likes to throw out there. I think it's total BS, because I think if you have loving parents, and I think if you have a community-based relationship with other families, you're gonna be just fine, man. You and your brother are huge.
I think it takes a lot of, I think 2 things. I think a lot of love, love has to be there. And I thank my parents for having that love for us, right? Because love is going to take care of a whole bunch of other things. If you have love for something, you're going to give it attention, you're going to give it your resources, you're going to do everything you can to protect that. So that love ingredient in everything you do should be there. And if that love ingredient is in there, then a lot of things are going to be taken care of.
Totally agree.
Yeah, no matter what is around you, that's going to get taken care of. And I think that these trips that we would have, and they're so vivid in my head. Like I remember everything, the food I ate, the type of music that was on, the view from that restaurant. It was something special, you know, and it would take us out from that neighborhood that we were, that as beautiful as it was in its own way, but it would take us out from a different world and kind of like showcase like this is what it could be later on. You know what I mean? If you,
sure.
you know, if you're working hard or if you're doing whatever, you know that. But I'll never forget that, like those experiences.
I think we always take on our parents' personality too, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
I'm just like my mother.
Sometimes I stop and I'm like, I became my dad.
Yeah.
Oh man, I became my mom today. You
Yeah,
know?
I'm loud. I'm obnoxious. My mom was the same way. Most loving person I knew, but she could just be like, oh, let you know it, and just like, oh, let me take that out of my bag. Oh, dang. You know, and I have a tendency to be that way. I was that way with my boys. I was very strict. I'm a strict dad. People are always like, how, you're not, I was like,
yeah, I don't see you as being so strict.
I was a strict man. I was a strict dad. And yeah, my boys are doing good, man. And I love that, you know.
One of your boys went to Chapman University.
Chapman University, man.
Shout out to Chapman.
Panthers. Yeah.
My brother got to go to Chapman as well, so he's gonna be happy when he hears this. That's cool.
Chapman University is such a great school. Any college for your kids is great, but Chapman is a special place.
But a private school is a little better.
Private school is better, man. You know, don't get me wrong. I have family that are professors at UCLA. I have family that are professors and teachers, but yeah, private school is a little bit different than everywhere else.
Shout out to my brother Ozzy. Went to Chapman University and then finished up at UCLA. So he got a little bit of both worlds, and he loved it. He loved every minute of it. Yep.
Yeah. It's completely different now. Oh man, I walked in there. We did my younger one wants to go there too, so we did a.
When's the last time you went to that campus? It's beautiful.
I just went there, and that campus is basically. It's unbelievable what they've done. In the middle of Orange, in the middle of nothing.
Yeah.
You know,
We actually, my family and I actually did a photo shoot on the campus.
Yeah,
it's so they have like fountains and all these beautiful walls and plants, and it's gorgeous there. Yeah.
So. Yeah, man. I want to talk to your dad though.
We'll bring him in.
To me, that's
we'll bring him in.
One of the things we're going to keep going on with these. Hopefully, we're going to make them more interesting. This is our first episode one. But reason why I'm saying this, I need you to hit the like button down below. Let us know you liked it. Let us know you enjoyed the conversation. Let us know if you want to see something. Let us know if you want us to talk to somebody, because that's our plan. And I hope you have a great day. Remember, health is wealth. And just be good to your neighbors, man.
Hey guys, so this is what I want you. It's a little challenge for you guys. Next morning, you wake up. No matter how you're feeling, I want you to just brush it off. Put a shirt on that pumps you up. Whether it's a uniform, whether it's a shirt of a school that you love, a team that you love, whether it's your work uniform. Like wear it and then just embrace it. Like just embrace that energy. All right, guys, and walk through your day thinking about how awesome it is to wear that shirt. Like I said, whether it's a team, whether it's your work uniform, whatever it is, think about how awesome it is to be able to put that on and feel that energy, that positive energy. God bless you guys. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you for your time.
This is cool.
We'll see you next time.
Right on, guys. Bye.